You are not free. That's not a metaphor. It's not meant to be poetic or provocative. It's just the truth that most of us spend our lives avoiding, because it's easier to believe we're in control than to face the possibility that we've been shaped, carefully, invisibly, and profitably, by forces we don't understand and rarely question. We were told freedom was about choices, a marketplace of options. Swipe left or right, select your identity from a drop-down menu. Choose your politics, your beliefs, your breakfast cereal. But the truth is, if all the options were designed by someone else, then what you're doing is not choosing. It's complying, beautifully. Michel Foucault didn't talk about freedom the way most people do. He wasn't concerned with elections, borders, or constitutions. He was obsessed with something deeper: how power shapes us from the inside out, how we are trained not just to obey, but to desire what authority wants us to desire. He saw that modern power is not about force, it's about form. It doesn't beat you into submission. It molds your habits, your words, even your sense of self. And the most dangerous kind of control isn't the kind you resist, it's the kind you never notice. Today, you are not being controlled by a dictator. You're being managed by suggestion. You are being tracked, nudged, triggered, and optimized, all in the name of engagement. The algorithm doesn't need to silence you. It just needs to keep you talking about what it wants. We call this personalization, but Foucault would call it surveillance. And the worst part? You volunteered for it. You agreed to the terms and conditions, scrolled past the consent forms, and handed over your identity in exchange for convenience. Your feed is not random. It's a carefully engineered mirror, one that reflects what the system needs you to care about, not what matters, not what's true, just what will keep you scrolling. We used to think control came from the top down, but now it's lateral, distributed. It's not just governments and corporations, it's culture, language, imagery, and trends. It's the silent pressure to be relatable, likable, marketable, to perform your pain just right, to monetize your authenticity until it's no longer real. Foucault talked about biopower, the way systems don't just govern people, but life itself. How they don't need to punish you when they can just normalize you, make you want the things they need you to want, make you afraid to want anything else. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you had a desire that didn't come with a hashtag? A thought that didn't sound like something you read? A need that wasn't instantly answered with a product? You were being trained, not to obey orders, but to replicate patterns, to mistake consumption for creation, to call comfort freedom and distraction fulfillment. The more you conform, the more you're rewarded, and slowly, invisibly, you disappear. But you don't disappear into nothing. You disappear into content, into metrics, into a version of yourself that the system likes better than the real thing, one that's easier to label, categorize, sell to. Foucault warned us, we are not subjects of power, we are products of it. And what is the most dangerous product of all? A person who believes they are free when they are anything but. Because once you believe that, you stop resisting, you stop questioning, you start optimizing your life, your words, your face, your soul for approval. And you call it growth. But real growth feels like risk. It sounds like silence. It moves slowly, and no one claps for it. Real freedom is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It begins with a quiet discomfort, the feeling that maybe, just maybe, the world you were handed isn't the one you want, and maybe the version of you that fits in perfectly was never really you. Foucault didn't offer a utopia. He wasn't a preacher of hope. He offered a mirror, a way to see the structure, not just outside you, but inside you. A way to ask, whose voice is that in my head and who put it there? So ask yourself now, are you living a life or managing a brand? Are you expressing yourself or performing a script you didn't write? This isn't about deleting your apps. It's about reclaiming your awareness. It's about seeing the strings and learning to cut them, one thought at a time, one choice at a time. You are not free, but you could be if you learn to stop asking, "What should I do next?" and start asking, "Who taught me to ask that question?"